Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos have just shocked the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I know Patrick Mahomes was sick, but he did throw 2 interceptions, while Russell Wilson had 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. And this video is primarily to end the slander on Russell Wilson. I know they're not having the best season in the world, but when you look at the stats, he's actually been relatively really good, really consistent throughout the entirety of the season. They just need to find a way to get more explosive plays out of this offense. And if they can do that, this Broncos team is actually really good, and I think that they can, start to find a sense of chemistry and urgency here over the next few weeks. But I want to go through this video and break down a bunch of film on Russell Wilson, show you that, he hasn't been that bad, because all I'm seeing nowadays is people saying Russell Wilson is washed, he's so terrible, he can't throw the ball. Listen, although the offense isn't amazing, I get that. I'm not going to sit here and say that he is a MVP caliber type of player at this point of his career. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is he is still a good football player, and he can still lead this team to wins. Now, they obviously need to improve in a ton of different areas in terms of, route running at times, protecting Russell Wilson. He's actually like the 3rd most sacked quarterback in the entirety of the NFL right now. And they also have, some guys who've been really breaking out, including a DB that we'll be mentioning a little bit. But in this video, we are going to break down some film and look what Russell Wilson has been showing and what he's been doing. Now, before we get into that, though, guys, do me a big favor. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your bell notifications. I will be covering the Broncos all year long, breaking down film, analysis, breaking news, just showing you guys what it is or what's going on with Denver. Also, check out Underdog Fantasy, guys. I know this is $100, but they will match your first deposit up to $500. Basically, guys, free money. Go check it out. If you guys aren't doing it, I don't really know what you guys are waiting for. Code MattyDubs, code Matty, or the link in the description will work. But without any further ado, let's start breaking down some of Russell Wilson's plays versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Alright, so this play is on the first drive of the game, actually their first touchdown of the game, but I think Russell Wilson does a beautiful job here selling routes to the right and coming back with this screen ball. Now, what I love about him is, look, he goes through all of his progressions. Low-key, this running back could be the first, real read here, or the first main option, but he sells it. Everybody is looking to the right. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Everybody is expecting this ball to go to the right. And you might even have Courtland Sutton if he places a dot over here. But I love how he goes through all of his progressions, checks everything, and then it's too late. Once Kansas City realizes, oh my God, they have a little screen breaking out to the left, it's pretty much too late. Javonte Williams makes a great play, gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Need to see more easy plays like that, because in my opinion, this is how you get the offense moving, passing the ball wise. Like we know, he only had 114 passing yards in this game. Kansas City did a good job balling up some of these receivers. They could not get open, but there's a nice little play by Russell Wilson. Sells it so much to the right. Everyone's looking that way, and they don't even realize Javonte Williams breaking out for a screen until it's too late. Okay, so I do love this play. Did not turn out the best here for the Denver Broncos, but what we see here is some pre-snap motion. Right from here, Russell Wilson knows, okay, this is clearly zone coverage. The cornerback did not follow him across the formation, and what we're going to see here is going to check the formation. He's going to say, okay, I think they're blitzing on this side. He does get it incorrect, though. They sent a crazy blitz over here, and again, we have some motion, pre-snap motion here. We're going to see kind of like a crossing route by Courtland Sutton. And then we're going to see a delayed route by Jerry Jeudy here. And this route actually gets extremely open. The linebacker is looking at Courtland Sutton. This is going to get extremely open. However, they have no time. Russell Wilson has no time in the pocket. A guy right in his face. And there's almost no way you make this pass. I mean, when the guy's right there, listen, not a great pass behind Jerry Jeudy. But if they had an extra second, this is going to be a massive play here over the middle. As he's probably going to catch right here, and then as one man to beat before could be a huge play there for the Denver Broncos. Now, I just need to see, this isn't, all on the offensive line here. They do a good job. The Kansas City Chiefs do a great job, disguising this blitz off the right, setting it on the left, and, just forcing this right guard here to not block anybody because there's nobody coming from that direction. So, I want to see a little bit more time in the pocket for Russell Wilson. They are ranking number 28th in sack percentage allowed. They need to protect Russell Wilson because this could have been a massive play. Look at the right guard. Garrett Bowles has nothing to do, and this should be a big play for Jerry Jeudy. Okay, this is one of my favorite plays by Russell Wilson. Clearly, you can see, again, pre-snap motion. This is zone coverage. This is zone coverage clearly. And you're going to have maybe, and it looks like a cover 2 from what I'm seeing here. You're going to see a couple guys drop back, maybe some, curl flats out here, and then 2 deep blues over here. So what you're going to see here is, a post route here by Jerry Jeudy. This safety has a job to do. He needs to decide, am I going to cover Jerry Jeudy, or do I stay in my zone over here and cover Courtland Sutton? Obviously, he makes the correct decision. He goes for Courtland Sutton, leaving Jerry Jeudy one-on-one with Justin Reed. And Russell Wilson says, you know what? I have a check down right here that is open. However, I trust my guy. I trust Jerry Jeudy to make a big play one-on-one, and does. He does make a big play. That's why Jerry Jeudy needs to see more targets. And I also really want to point out the fact that Courtland Sutton actually celebrates his play. A lot of the times, wide receivers who don't get the football will not celebrate. He actually gets happy. He tells me one thing. He is a team player, man, and that's why you need more Courtland Suttons on your team. Like I said, a lot of guys in the NFL, if they don't get a target, if they don't get a catch, they're going to sit there in their head complaining, why am I not getting targets? Why am I not getting football? Courtland Sutton is a team player, and I love to see that. Again, I love seeing this pre-snap motion. Tells Russell Wilson right away, this is zone coverage. And since it's zone coverage, if it's a deep blue or if it's a cover 2, we're going to have one-on-one coverage here. And Russell Wilson realizes that right away. Once the right safety, breaks on Courtland Sutton, he has this one-on-one, and he gets it to go. What a catch by Jerry Jeudy. Get this ball, the guy the football more. Okay, so this is another beautiful read here by Russell Wilson. You're going to see this guy right here. He's manned up with this wide receiver, but you see that little switch right there. You see that little communication right there. They're switching. So this is clearly man coverage. He's going to come down, take this receiver. You got one-on-one here, one-on-one here. You got this man with Jerry Jeudy, and then it looks like he's either going to be on the tight end or he could be on the running back as well with another guy with the opposite guy as well. So we're going to see here's man coverage. Russell Wilson knows that from that little communication they had right there. And he knows if one of my guys can beat their guys off the line, this is going to be a touchdown depending on what this safety does. He's probably in a deep blue here. Pretty much can do whatever he wants or wherever he feels necessary here. And Russell Wilson realizes that right away. So once he sees this formation, press coverage, all he needs to do is see someone beat them off the line. And boom, right there, number 35 does an awful job even pressing Jerry Jeudy. This safety is, still reading the field, doesn't really know what he's going to do yet, but makes the decision way too late. Russell Wilson throws up a lob in the back of the end zone. Jeudy has a step and gets it to go. Jerry Jeudy, what a drive. Okay, now with that being said, guys, comment down below how you feel about Jerry Jeudy still being on the team. I know it was very up in the air. A lot of guys wanted him traded. A lot of people wanted him to stay. How do you guys feel? Comment down below because clearly it's Wednesday and they did not trade him. So how do you guys feel about Jerry Jeudy staying in Denver for at least the foreseeable future? Because I think he is still a very good wide receiver. I think maybe he needs to, iron up a couple of parts of his game, but I think him and Russell Wilson need to start building that chemistry, and I think they actually can here for the rest of this season going forward. And I think this was a game that, told us that from the jump. Okay, this is a quick defensive play I want to show you guys here. Here we got Jaquan McMillan, and he had a very, very good game. 6 targets, 3 catches allowed for only 16 yards, and then he had this play as well. Obviously, this is zone coverage. You're going to have Alex Singleton in the middle read. He's got a hook curl. And then you got some blues, and then some, deep zones as well. But what he does here, look at this eye movement. He sees he's on Travis Kelce, but he also looks over here and notices there's nobody in front of me. So let me just keep going into my zone and actually maybe extend it a little bit more. And he reads this perfectly. Patrick Mahomes is a very, very smart quarterback. He knows this is going to be zone coverage here for them. But what he doesn't realize is Jaquan McMillan is a very smart cornerback with high IQ, realizes there's no one in front of him, no one else for me to cover. Might as well stick with this man and, gets in a perfect interception, a diving interception, a beautiful play. And this dude is slowly going to start breaking out here, man. You can just tell with his football knowledge, his IQ. Man, he makes plays fast, and he does it without even thinking. So I love that by Jaquan McMillan. I think this dude could be an absolute stud here for the Denver Broncos going forward. He does have some developing to do, but that is a great play. Okay, so here's a play I think Russell Wilson actually needs to be more confident on here. And we're going to see this play kind of break out. I think you're going to have a little bit of a corner route here. And then we're going to have, a kind of block and release out of this guy, a block and release out of this guy. And what we're going to see here is right there, that's open. You got to hit that right now. If you bullet that in there, that is a big play to Courtland Sutton. We also have this wide open on the opposite side of the field. Doesn't really go through progressions because, as you see, a lot of these routes here are going to the left. So he doesn't even really look on the right side of the field. But this was open. You need to hit that, when we had it. This is, relatively open as well. This is also wide open. So he does have some reads here. You got to be able to hit Courtland Sutton on the out row because you did have it. If you bulleted in there, it would have been a huge play as running back does drop the ball. But this, if he just looked at his progressions as well, he could have had a big play down the right sideline. So I want to see him maybe be a little bit more confident as well. But he has some guys open on some of these plays. He is making some mistakes. But, other than that, I think if Russell Wilson just is a little bit more confident in some of these throws, I think they could be a very dangerous offense. Again, on this play, I love the confidence that he has in his receivers. This first read right here is going to be this safety. If this safety drops back into a deep zone, you're not going to have this. But he realized right away Justin Reed stepping up into what seems to be like a hook curl zone, and he knows that right away. He's like, okay, you know what? Courtland Sutton doesn't even have a step at the moment, but Russell Wilson's like, let me trust my guy, and this is actually a pretty good throw here by Russell Wilson. If he didn't get pushed there by the DB, I think this could have been a beautiful play there to Courtland Sutton. But either way, it's defensive pass interference. Like I said, I love the confidence that he has in his guys. We've only broke down a couple of plays here in this game, but already he has faith in his guys when it's one-on-one coverage, and I do like that about Russell Wilson. Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy are pretty good receivers at catching the football, high-pointing the football, and making big plays. So I want him to continue to have that faith in those guys, and right there, it works in their favor. Okay, so here's a play I saw a lot of Broncos fans really mad about, but when you really look at it, it's really tough to analyze how he would get this ball in. Now, obviously, these linebackers are pressing up a little bit. They seem like they could blitz, and obviously, we're going to see this is an RPO. So Russell Wilson has the ability here to hand this football off, but what you're going to see is the linebackers start to follow the running back. They're like, okay, let's lock in on the running back here. Let's get to him. Russell Wilson notices that right away. He's reading this linebacker. He needs to say, okay, do I give this to my running back and trust that this linebacker is going to drop into his zone, or do I think that this linebacker is going to blitz for my running back? Now, in my opinion, Russell Wilson makes the good read. He's coming in. He's going for that running back, leaving this wide open. This is a Jerry Jeudy slant, off coverage, man-to-man. This is open. Now, what is tough, this linebacker makes a great play here and realizes, okay, Russell Wilson kept the football. Let me just stop and realize what he's trying to do here. It's open. Jerry Jeudy's open. Bad throw. Everyone's saying, listen, you got to make this pass. You got to make this completion. This has to be on target. But when you watch from this angle, we're going to see this linebacker did such a good job filling that hole, filling the gap, making a great, dude, this is a beautiful play. The quickness of him stopping, there is no window here. You have to put this. Literally, that's the only place you can put it if you don't want him to, tip up the ball in the air or allow someone else to get an interception. That ball has to be there. Obviously, you want that to be a completion. You want that to be a big play. But that's just a great play by that linebacker there here for the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Okay, here's another example of give more time to Russell Wilson, man. This offensive line needs to be better, man. And for those saying that, he doesn't throw the ball fast enough, what do you expect him to do here? And for example, this is at .75 speed. This isn't even full time. Look how quickly they get into the backfield. And both these guys don't even realize. They're just like, and then, oh, shit. So it's like he did have guys open here, and if he had any time in the pocket, he would have found one of them. But man, he had like maybe a second and a half to even think. Let's see what Ben Powers and Garrett Bowles do here. Honestly, not terrible offensive linemen, just another great play by Kansas City. And look how he just squeezes right into the backfield here with ease. Ben Powers, man, Ben Powers, come on, man. Okay, and the final play we're going to break down here is their last touchdown of the game. They end up forcing a fumble on the punt, and, got the ball in great field position. You need to capitalize on these situations. Obviously, we're going to see here a bunch of crossing routes trying to confuse these DBs and where to go, who to cover, and that's what it does perfectly here. We're going to see Courtland Sutton get right behind this DB, and once he's there, look at nobody even realizes he's there. Number 22 is trying to say, someone go get him, someone go cover Courtland Sutton, but nobody listens, nobody hears him. Wilson does a great job getting out of pressure, stepping up in the pocket, and throwing an absolute dart to the back left corner of the end zone for a touchdown. Great play by Russell Wilson. This is what we need to see more of. Obviously, we want more time in the pocket for him, but this is just a veteran play by Russell Wilson. He realizes that these DBs are going to get confused. He just has to buy some more time here. And overall, not a terrible job by the offensive line. Obviously, want a little bit more protection here, but I think Russell Wilson just makes a great play and fires a dot into the back of the end zone. Okay, with that being said, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to try to break down the next game for the Denver Broncos, whenever that may be. So if you guys want to see more Broncos film, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications, and comment down below a letter grade for the Broncos so far. Obviously, 3-5 is not the best record, but they're really starting to, come together. And this is a major statement when they needed to win this game, and obviously, they still have hope that they can become a playoff team this season. It's going to be tough. There's some really good teams in the division, including the Chiefs. The Chargers are starting to build chemistry as well, but the major reason why the Broncos feel comfortable is because the Chargers aren't off to the best start in the world. So I feel like the Broncos are sitting here saying, listen, we can still make it pretty far this season. We just need to start getting our chemistry up, and I think Russell Wilson and this offense are starting to show flashes of what they can be here with Sean Payton as their head coach. Now let me know what you guys think. Do you think they should have blown it up at the deadline, or do you think they're in the right position? Because they were supposed to trade Pat Surtain. I am so glad they did not. I think this team has the blueprint to become a good football team. They just have to put it together on paper. So let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, hit the like button. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.